Hello, you guys. Happy April 9th. I am sitting at the Orlando airport. I just got in this morning. I had an all-night flight from Las Vegas. I was in Las Vegas helping a friend with a podcast. I saw my children right before I left, and I went to message them yesterday to let them know that I was coming to visit. I actually was going to get a place very, very close to them so I could go spend some time with them. I'm going to be in town for a while, for the foreseeable future. Never know what's next. I'm hoping to stay here in this area, but there's a lot of things up in the air. As I explained previously, I am currently homeless. I'm going to be staying at an Airbnb for a week, and then I'll be staying with a friend after that. So with that being said, when I tried to contact my children, all three of their phones were blocked. I could not get into contact with my children. My ex-husband has also, in this last week, since all of the information has been put out on YouTube, he has blocked me as well. So I can't get into contact with any of them. So I called the authorities and had somebody go over to the house and to check to see if everything was okay. He said there was no harm. And so pretty much he told me that I was going to have to, deal with this on my own. Well, I am building myself currently. I'm still looking for collaborators. I'm still looking for, people to come alongside of me and help me with this, with what I'm doing to bring the world healing, emotional, mental, and spiritual healing. And so that is what I'm working on. And I know that it's going to be amazing once it gets off the ground. So with that being said, everything happens in God's perfect timing. But until that happens, I'm needing to hire an attorney, or if any of you are out there and want to potentially help me after you hear my story, I would love it. I'm raising money for legal fees to be able to help me to go in and take care of the situation. I am hoping in a very short period of time to be able to have my own place. I was hoping to file for at least half custody, and I've asked for a modification of my child support to give me time so that I could be able to get on my feet so I could pay it back. By the way, my license and my passport have been suspended. Okay. And that has made it extremely hard in the past for me to apply for jobs. So I've tried to get that fixed. They're not budging on it. So, and I don't need my passport right now, but anyways, it doesn't matter. So I'm asking for anybody, if this touches your heart in any way, shape, or form. I left my ex-husband, I'll tell you briefly, I left my ex-husband 3 years ago due to domestic violence, okay? In the beginning, I was afraid. Well, first off, I didn't report the abuse because he would have lost his job because he was a teacher, okay? And we would have lost our main source of income. And when I left, I didn't have the ability to take care of my children. So I left them there. And so I didn't have the fight in me, and I settled. I laid down. I let him take majority of custody. He pretty much ran the show. I didn't get an attorney. We dealt everything outside in mediation, outside of the court system. I had to end up paying child support. Okay. So it's been a long, very, very tough road, but I'm not who I was. And I'm willing to pay every last bit of that back. And I will. I've even told him that I'm willing to pay several extra $1,000s because you know what? There have been times where I haven't been able to travel to see my kids, or I didn't have the money to see my kids. And he's kindly allowed me to stay there a couple of times to be able to visit them when I was able to come to town. So I want to pay him money to say, you know what, thank you for being patient with me. And I've already told him this. But because of the truth, which, I can't really blame him, because listen, the fact that he even beat the shit out of me to begin with, the fact that that's coming to light, that probably makes him pretty angry. And that's okay. That's okay. But the fact that he had my kids' phones blocked, we're going to have to deal with this legally now. Okay. And so I'm asking for any help at all whatsoever. If anybody wants to potentially give me a loan, it'll be paid back. But if you feel like led and it's put on your heart to give me money towards this, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. So I will be in the Orlando area. If anybody wants to contact me, my cell phone number, I'm going to put it down in the description. I'm also going to put the GoFundMe page that I just created down in the description. And so I would ask that, if anyone wants to collaborate with me, with my Nexus Vortex, or if we want to potentially, co-create something new that has the same vision and the same desire, I would love that. I would love that, because I'm moving forward on this no matter what. This is my life's purpose. This is my calling. And I know that I'm meant to impact the world. And by all means, go watch my videos. go watch my videos. My life calling is on there. Calling people out on there. I've had to do a lot of healing, and I've calmed down. I'm done calling people out. Listen, that's not my focus anymore. I needed to get that off my chest. The truth needed to be spoken. Okay, I'm good now. So, anyways, yeah, here we go, guys. Shit's gonna get fun.